Hey everyone, Kaylee here. So Valentine's Day is coming up, and for my tutorial this year, I decided to do 3 very different looks to kind of be able to hit everybody, from the girls' night in crowd to maybe somebody that's been in a relationship for a long time. So we have a flirty, a romantic, and a sultry style for you. And let's get started with the flirty style. We're going to start off by making some beachy kind of waves and curls. I'm using a 3/4 inch iron, and I'm wrapping my hair very randomly around it. I'm using different size sections and I'm going in different directions just to make that kind of natural looking curl, and with my hair it loosens up to be kind of a curly wave. You can play with the size of your curling iron to either create a looser wave or a tighter wave. Once you're done curling it, go ahead and run your fingers through it just to break it up a little bit and make it look a little more natural. And then you're going to use a flexible hold hairspray like this HealthySexyHair Soy Touchable hairspray. And then my secret for very touchable beach waves is to use dry shampoo through the ends of my hair. It creates a matte texture, but it doesn't create any of that stickiness that a surf product would create in your hair. And now just to add to that, we're going to add some little tiny braids. So make a little tiny braid near your front hairline on one side, and then go back about 2 inches and make another really little tiny braid. Once you have both of those done on this side, you're going to make identical ones on the other side of your part. And you can do this with a center part or a side part, whatever you want to do, whatever you feel comfortable with. Once you've got that done, you're going to separate your hair from the crown up and clip that hair out of the way. What we're going to do is pin underneath this hair, and that way you won't be able to see the bobby pins and your braids just magically disappear. So you drape them back in the shape that you like, and then I like to pin sideways because that way the pins don't stick out away from the head and it helps to hold them well. You want to crisscross your pins so that they stay really well. And then repeat that with the other side. Once you've got that done, you're just going to let go of that hair on top and you are done. You have your flirty style and you're ready to go. Your first step is to separate your hair in front of the ears on either side and clip them out of the way. Then you're going to create a bump and the crown, and you can do this with multiple sections for extra volume if you so desire. Once that's done, you're just going to smooth the top back down and then gather the hair and push it up and pin it in place to create your bump. Next, we're going to put the hair into a ponytail to go ahead and prepare it for the next step, which is to create a chignon. What you're going to do is tease, and the teasing is very important. You're going to tease the bottom part of the top half of the hair and then the top part of the bottom half, so all of the teasing is kind of in the middle of your ponytail. Then you're going to fold the ponytail in half, and you can either secure this with bobby pins or another hair tie depending on what you want. And then wrap the ends around the hair tie or bundle them up right underneath the chignon like I did and pin them in place. Then what you're going to do is fan out the sides of the chignon into making kind of a half circle, almost like a half bun shape. Once you've got that one side to where you want it, hold it in place and pin, and then repeat that on the other side. And then once you've got that done, you're going to have this little space between the chignon and the bobby pins that we need to cover up. So take a small piece of hair from the front and drape it over the bobby pins and pin that in place. Then take another piece from the opposite side and drape that right underneath the previous piece and pin that in place. And then you can continue doing that until the hair is done, but I wanted to throw some braids in, so I braided the remaining hair on both sides. Now, as a side note, if the chignon seems a little difficult for you, you can replace the chignon with a normal bun or even a messy bun if you want to make it a little more bohemian, and it will still be a great style, just to throw that in there. Once you have the braids done, go ahead and arrange them just underneath where we placed the previous hair, and that ought to cover up all that empty space that we had. Then just tuck the ends underneath the chignon and pin them in place, and you are done with your romantic hairstyle. I made this hairstyle for those of you who want to get just a little bit more dressed up this Valentine's Day with your kind of sweet, classy hairstyle. First, you're going to separate the hair that you want to have curled, and you're going to go ahead and clip that out of the way. Then you're going to smooth down the remaining hair in the direction of the hair that will be curled, and then you're going to go ahead and crisscross your pins to hold that in place. You might need to use more than 2, and that's totally fine. You want to make sure that's really secure. Then go ahead and give it a little bit of shine spray just to make sure it looks really nice and smooth. Then pick a piece of hair from right on top of where the bobby pins are and braid it until it's long enough to cover up the bobby pins. Once you've got it like that, you're going to go ahead and loop it right underneath the bobby pins and pin it in place underneath the hair so that it's nicely hidden and you hide your bobby pins as well. Now you're going to curl in rectangular sections, starting at the top and working your way to the bottom. Once you've done each curl, you're going to go ahead and wrap it back up and set it to cool. That way you create a really strong curl, which will make a really nice kind of retro looking curl when we brush it out later. Once you finish that one level, you want to go down to the next level. You want to make sure that these sections are almost identical as you're going throughout the hair. That's going to be the most important thing. Once you have all the hair incorporated, you just want to make sure that it's completely cooled off before you do anything with it. So once it's completely cool, you can go ahead and start taking it down. Then once it's down, you're going to notice that it's in really little ringlets. I used a 3/4 inch curling iron for this. So to break up your ringlets, you're going to go ahead and brush through it. It's going to give a really nice natural looking curl / wave, and it really gives you that nice retro look. You want to finish it off with a little bit of flexible hold hairspray, and then your sultry look will be complete. I really like this look for those of you who are a little bit more daring and want to kind of vamp up your look just a little bit more. And that's it for today, guys. Leave me a comment and tell me which is your favorite, and if you want, you can see the inspiration pictures in the description box. Here is my previous video, check it out if you haven't already, and I will be back on Friday with my next video. See you guys then. Bye!